Hi, Hoey Way. Happy Friday, everybody. What's up, Anime? What's up, Misha? If it's your first time watching, we're just telling a choose your own adventure story with an AI. This is K9000. Beep. I'm Jason, and let's get a story rolling. Here we go. It went well, Misha. Yeah, I did a live AI show last night, and it went well. It was very stressful leading up to it because it's kind of a last minute thing, and yeah, people seem to like it, and yeah, I think it'll lead to more stuff. So we'll see. Better than better than AI stand up for sure. AI stand up with pretty people like that, but I don't know. It's too terrifying. It's terrifying enough to do stand up, and then I don't know. I'm looking for a prompt here. Anime's got one. Thank you, Anime, for this prompt. Oops. AI stand-up was the first thing I saw from you. Oh, wow, Hubble. Yeah. I have been wanting to do it again, but it's just like, I don't know. I'm scared. I think the AI improv might be interesting to do. Was it like this show, but live on stage? So it was like how we start a story, but then like the first thing the AI generates, and then you go into an improvised scene, and then we get the moral of the story at the end. So similar a little bit, just to get it kicked off, and then it I was like live transcribing what's happening on stage into the story, so the moral would fit a little bit better. And it was fun, yeah. But I think if I were to do a live version of AiPD, it would be closer to what this is, or maybe old style. Did I do it with other people? Yeah, I did it with 3 other people. So they were like on stage, and I was up in the booth. Uh-oh. Hold on. Oh, something's broke. Uh-huh. Okay. Have you done... I've been doing improv since like 2012. So I've been doing improv for a long time. Yeah, wow. All right, what's not working here? What's up, Omagana? It is broken. Yeah, let me see for a second here. Let me check the logs real quick. Oh, you know what? I know what happened. All right, hold on one moment. Set this. Boom, boom. Live coding stream, yeah, maybe. Huh, maybe not. Ping, timed out. Sorry, 1 second here. Okay. All right, let me pop back here. Aha, there we go. Okay.
You are Jason, a guy who's disappointed that his adopted son, Tony, doesn't think he's scary enough for Halloween. One night, you put on a ghost costume and creep into Tony's bedroom. You walk up to Tony while saying, "I'm a nightmare come to life." You expect Tony to be scared of you, but he's not. He folds his arms while giving you a disapproving look.
I'm a nightmare
Option
come to
1.
life.
What? You ask, surprised by the lack of fear in him. What do you want, Jason? Tony asks, trying to sound angry with you. Option 2. What do you want? Tony asks. You shrug your shoulders, just wanted to scare you, then you turn around and leave the room without another word.
Weird, that's even more
Option
scary.
3. Look at me, you say. I'm going to kill you. Tony just stares at you. What do you want? He asks.
Okay.
Vote for your favorite AI response.
Interesting. I'm a nightmare come to life. Number 1's more realistic. Number 3 is just dark. Number 2 is unsettlingly, if I just turned around and didn't say anything else.
What? You
Yeah, we
ask,
back.
surprised by the lack of fear in him. What do you want, Jason? Tony asks, trying to sound angry with you.
Barely any delay. Great. Do you realize Tony sees through your costume? But you know one thing that never fails to scare him. You ...
You realize Tony sees through your costume, but you know one thing that never fails to scare him. You. Option 1. Re-wearing a mask. You pull it off, revealing yourself as a woman, and say, I want you. Option 2. Re-wearing a
That
pair
scares
of black leather pants
Intimacy.
with a black leather vest over it. You've also got a pair of black boots on your feet. Option 3.
Leather.
Still wearing that black mask you had on when you walked into the room. You've got blood on your face, you say, as you reach forward to wipe it off.
I got blood in my face.
Vote for your favorite AI response.
Yeah, I don't know which way to go with this one. All of them are weirdly sexual, I think. Is it just me? I feel like all of them are like, we're testing his fear of intimacy.
Re-wearing a pair of black leather pants with a black leather vest over it.
That's not what I mean, Misha.
You've also got a pair of black boots on your feet.
Tony recoils in horror over all the leather. You pull off your ghost costume and reveal leather You pull off your ghost costume and proceed to march menacingly towards him, towards Tony. Tony jumps out the window.
Tony recoils in horror over all the leather. You pull off your ghost costume and proceed to march menacingly towards Tony.
Oops, can't
Tony
spell.
jumps out the window. Option 1. You chase after him, but he hops onto a roof. You try to jump as well, but you fall into a pile of bricks.
Jesus, ouch.
Option 2. You chase after him, but you're too late. Tony is already gone. You go back inside and find your wife, who's still asleep.
Oh, it knows I got a wife.
Option 3. Tony. You yell as you run after him. You catch up to Tony just before he reaches the street. Vote for your favorite AI response.
I'm sure someone's got a leather phobia, right? Everyone's afraid of everything. It's like, we don't know how the brain really works, but I mean, people have like phobias of pickles and like cotton and I don't know, germaphobes, dust. The point of a phobia is it doesn't really make sense. It's just like, it's just something you obsess over. Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine someone being scared of babies. Yeah, I wonder what things are immune from a phobia.
You chase after him, but he hops onto a roof. You try to jump as well, but you fall into a pile of bricks.
Now you got me wondering. Here, 1 second. Phobia of babies. Phobia of babies crying. Fear of babies. Oh, Jesus Christ. Pedophobia. An irrational fear of babies and small children. Well, you don't want to tell anyone you're afraid of children. You just keep that to yourself. I didn't create. Hey, it's a scientific term. I know. Yikes. No, not that, Misha. No. Yeah. You pull off your mask. Pedophobia. Yeah. You pull off your mask and reveal it is you. You pull off your mask and reveal you are Jason. You are, and reveal yourself. Tony is upset and helps you out of the bricks. You tell Tony you use this opportunity for a quick scare and tell Tony.
You pull off your mask and reveal yourself. Tony is upset and helps you out of the bricks. You use this opportunity for a quick scare and tell Tony. Option 1. Don't ever do that again. Tony looks at you in shock. What was that? He says, and then he laughs.
Kiss me.
That was funny. I'm sorry, Jason. Option 2. I'm gonna kill you. Tony laughs and tells you that you're just playing around. He then says, I'm not afraid of you anymore. I don't even like ghosts.
Yeah, just more annoyed
Option
by him. I'm
3.
not afraid
You're
of
no
him.
fun.
I just don't like him.
Tony responds with, yeah, I know. But what about you? What were you doing in my room?
Okay, and then
Vote for your favorite AI response.
we'll see what happens. Lean in for a kiss is coming here. Yeah, I guess if I said, I don't know, that seems logical. It's not like a scare. It's just like, don't ever push me into a pile of bricks again, or no. Not really scary. Maybe we
Don't ever do
just
that
say it.
again.
Duh.
Tony looks at you in shock. What was that? He says, and then he laughs. That was funny. I'm sorry, Jason.
You lean in for a kiss on the forehead. On Tony's forehead.
You lean in for a kiss on Tony's forehead. Option 1. But when you reach, you find his face covered in dirt from the brick wall. No problem, you
No
say, and you
problem.
continue to hold Tony.
Huh?
Option 2. Tony looks down at your mouth, and you can feel his eyes looking into yours. You move closer and Tony kisses you. You're so happy that you don't care what people think. Option 3. Tony leans in for the kiss. The two of you start kissing passionately. When they're finished, Tony gets on top of you and starts making out with you.
Oh no.
Vote for your favorite AI response.
There are some parents that like open mouth kiss, not open mouth, but mouth kiss their kids. There's that weird video of Tom Brady. He's getting a massage or something, and his son walks in the room and he's like, give me a kiss. And the kid kisses him right on the mouth. It was like, why did you do that? Making out's going way too far. I'm glad you realized that, and you also chose that.
Tony leans in for the kiss. The two of you start
Thanks,
kissing
Misha.
passionately.
This is your
When
fault.
they're finished, Tony gets on top of you and starts making out with you.
Well, I like pushing boundaries. But where do we go from here? You realize that, you realize Tony is afraid of commitment. And so for a big scare, you get down on one knee and propose to him. This is not true about Tony, but I mean, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure not commitment. But we're going there.
You realize Tony is afraid of commitment, and so for a big scare, you get down on one knee and propose to him. Option 1. He accepts your proposal. You two get married. Tony becomes your husband. Wow, that sounds like a lot of work, Tony says, looking at the floor. Option 2. He accepts, and you ask him if he wants to spend the rest of his life with you. Tony gets really excited and jumps on top of you. You feel his hard cock pressing against you.
Jesus.
Option 3. Tony accepts and you kiss each other until you both pass out. Tony wakes up in bed with his girlfriend, Susan, and you wake up in bed with your ex-wife, Bev.
Oh, Bev.
Vote for your favorite AI response.
Oh, what is this? Am I gonna get DMCA'd? That's all I can listen to. Jazz remix, Toho song. Okay. I will have to listen to it after the stream. It's beautiful, but you can't listen to it. Okay. Ex-wife, but didn't it say we had a wife earlier? Yeah, you can have an ex-wife and remarry.
Tony accepts and you kiss each other until you both pass out. Tony wakes up in bed with his girlfriend, Susan, and you wake up in bed with your ex-wife, Bev.
You invite Bev and Susan to a brunch where you reveal what happened last night.
You invite Bev and Susan to a brunch where you reveal what happened last night. Option 1. They both agree that they don't have anything against being together, but they want to be sure no one else finds out about it.
Well, you just contradicted yourself,
Option
so you
2.
do care.
They have no idea how to react. You explain to them about the date with Tony and the kiss. It seems that Tony still has some feelings for you. Option 3. Bev and Susan agree to go along with your plan. They'll pretend to be your friends and help you carry out your plan.
I don't even know what the plan is.
Vote for your favorite AI response.
The plan to scare Tony. The goal of this story is to scare Tony, but so far it's just nothing's working. He's getting annoyed, he's calling our bluffs, he's falling in love.
Bev and Susan agree to go along with your plan.
Okay.
They'll pretend to be your friends and help you carry out your plan.
Scare Tony. This is a weird family dynamic, yeah. You, Bev, and Susan meet You meet Bev and Susan later. At a park and devise the ultimate plan to scare Tony. Oops, I forgot to prompt it up there.
You meet Bev and Susan later at a park and devise the Ulamate plan to scare Tony.
Ulamate? Oh my god.
Option
Ultimate,
1.
ultimate.
Bev will pretend to be your daughter, while Susan will dress like your wife. The three of you go for a walk around the park. Option 2. You give them a fake necklace, which has a picture of a ghost on it, and they wear it around their necks. They then have a confrontation with Tony.
Interesting.
Option 3. You'll dress up like ghosts and scare him silly.
Didn't work the first
time. The two
time.
of you prepare for your big prank. You put on some old clothes and make sure you have a flashlight.
Okay. Well, you know,
vote for your
definition of
favorite AI
insanity.
response.
Trying the same thing and expecting different results. Except this is different. There's 3 ghosts instead of 1. I think wearing pictures of ghosts is creepy. Like, that's like the long... Did you see the ghost on her necklace? What are you talking about? I didn't see anything on her necklace. Bum, bum, bum. I didn't see a necklace at all. What?
You'll dress up like ghosts and scare him silly. The two of you prepare for your big prank.
The 2 of you?
You put on some old clothes and make sure you have a flashlight.
You follow Tony through. You follow Tony as he walks home from the bar. You, Bev, and Susan are all dressed up as vastly different looking ghosts. You see Tony walk into the woods, presumably to take a piss, and use this as an opportunity to ambush him and really give him a good scare.
You follow Tony as he walks home from the bar. You, Bev, and Susan are all dressed up as vastly different looking ghosts. You see Tony walk into the woods, presumably to take piss, and use this an opportunity to abuse him and really give him a good scare. Option 1. Now that he's alone, you can easily catch him doing something stupid. You rush over to Tony and grab him. You throw him against a tree, screaming, "No!"
No!
Option 2. You follow him until you catch him.
Woods.
You grab him by the collar and throw him against a tree.
What the hell is
what were
throwing
you
him
thinking?
against a tree?
You scream at him. You're a coward.
What the fuck?
Option 3. You watch as Tony runs around the woods, screaming and crying. You sneak up behind him and whisper in his ear, "Are you okay?" He freezes and turns to face you.
Interesting.
Vote for your favorite AI response.
Are you okay? That would be scary if I was running from... This is my story since no one. You know what? That's fine, Misha. You take the reins. Misha, take the wheel.
You watch as Tony runs around the woods, screaming and crying. You sneak up behind him and whisper in his ear, "Are you okay?" He freezes and turns to face you.
Tony, are you okay? Are you okay, Tony? Tony murmurs, "You should not have come." And then you watch Tony transform into a ... I was gonna say werewolf,
Tony
but
murmurs,
I'll leave it up to
"You
the...
should not have come." And then you watch Tony transform into a... Option 1. Scared little boy and run away, crying. After the scare, you decide to go back to Tony's house and convince him that he should move out. You knock on his door and enter. Option 2. Scared little boy and run away. You laugh at how helpless he is. You tell Bev and Susan about the fun you had.
Yeah, but then there's this one.
Option 3. Huge, naked, hairy monster.
Okay.
You flee to the car and drive away. After that, you don't see Tony anymore. You assume he's gone back to his girlfriend Susan.
There's only one thing that would get Tony naked in the woods.
Vote for your favorite AI
Susan.
response.
I might redo this. I want monsters. He has to transform into a monster.
Option 1.
Oh!
Real ghost. He screams and cowers in fear. After about 15 minutes, Tony finally decides to leave the woods, and you follow him. Option 2. Scared little boy. You laugh at his expense and leave him alone. Saturday, October 31st, you decide to go downtown to a party to celebrate Halloween.
Okay.
Option 3. Giant, terrifying spider. You run off in terror. You decide to go back home and check on Tony. You knock on his door.
I mean, he's still in the woods,
Vote for your
right?
favorite AI response.
Why did we think he would just be in the bed? Maybe we're like, that couldn't have happened. A real ghost does kind of bring it all around. We were a ghost, and then he transforms into a ghost, which explains why he wasn't afraid of ghosts. And the second time, what we thought was fear was he knew he was transforming into a ghost, and he had to get away from everybody. He just didn't want anyone to see him. So, which means he dies. Yeah. Oh, he's been dead the whole time.
He screams and cowers in fear. After about 15 minutes, Tony finally decides to leave the woods, and you follow him.
You corner Tony in the graveyard and ask him what is going on. What is going on? Tony tells you that he tells you how he died and turned into a ghost.
You corner Tony in the graveyard and ask, "What is going on?" Tony tells you how he died and turned into a ghost. Option 1. He had a heart attack. You say, "Oh, that sucks." Tony says, "Yeah, it does. But I can't stay here forever."
You get your
Option
unfinished
2.
business done,
He
you
fell
go.
into a well and drowned.
Yikes.
You laugh at him and tell him that he's just playing with you. You tell him that you'll kill him if he doesn't believe you.
What the fuck? Why
Option
is the
3. I was shot by a guy named John, because he thought I was a demon. You don't believe him, but you're not going to say anything to ruin the fun. Vote for your favorite AI response.
Are you sure you didn't just have a heart attack? I mean, I understand you want a cool ghost backstory, but I mean, you don't give exactly demonic vibes, Tony. No offense. That's a compliment in the way, but... Yeah, demonic vibes are speaking in tongues. Yeah.
He had a heart attack. You say, "Oh, that sucks." Tony says, "Yeah, it does. But I can't stay here forever."
No, nobody could stay anywhere forever. You help Tony with his unfinished business.
You help Tony with his unfinished business. Option 1. You have to become a ghost too.
No.
You look at each other and decide that this is the best idea ever. You run up to Tony and wrap your arms around him, and he lets you. Option 2.
But
He
you're a
needs to
ghost.
finish burying his father. You and
Oh.
Tony head back into the
Yikes.
woods. You lead Tony to the gravesite where Tony's dad is buried.
Jesus.
Option 3. He has to bury his dead wife. You tell Tony that you will help him, but only if you can play the role of his wife. Vote for your favorite AI response.
So weird. I'll help you bury your dead wife, but until we do that, you have to let me pretend that I'm your wife. What the fuck? Okay.
He has to bury his dead wife. You tell Tony that you will help him, but only if you can play the role of his wife.
I guess. Okay. One of Tony's weird kinks, yeah. Here we go. The moral of the story.
The moral of the story. Option 1. Don't break into people's houses. You help Tony bury his wife. Afterward, you and Tony go back to his place. Bev and Susan join them.
Okay.
Option 2. Don't mess with ghosts. You return to your home and decide to surprise Bev and Susan. You walk into the kitchen and find Bev and Susan talking about something.
Mysterious.
Option 3. Don't mess with ghosts. You set up the gravesite and dig a hole. You call Tony over and say, "Come on, let's try this again."
Here we go again.
Vote for your favorite AI response.
Don't mess with ghosts. And also, let's repeat the same story over and over again.
Don't mess with ghosts. You set up the gravesite and dig a hole. You call Tony over and say, "Come on, let's try this again."
Alright. I think that's a good place to end. Let me save this story here. I'm gonna take a quick nap, actually. Thanks for watching. Sorry, short stream. I don't know. I'm just something hit me like a sack of bricks, and I'm just very, very tired. Maybe I'll be on late tonight. Maybe not. But thanks for watching, everybody. Bye ho, wee way. See you tomorrow for more AiPD.